The following is a presentation of Studio Audrain, powered by the Mexico Ledger.
And good morning, everybody. Welcome into the Mexico Ledger Saturday morning sports show live from Slumberland here in Mexico. And it is a busy, busy Saturday morning. As a matter of fact, it was week 2 of high school football playoffs last night. Just going to start off in Class 1, Vanfar with a big 52-6 win over Crystal City. Vanfar will be on the road next week playing for a district championship against Hillsboro. And so good luck to the Vanfar Indians. Class 4 Mexico falling to Hannibal 48-0. Mexico ends up with a 6-5 record this season. Class 2, number 5, Centralia takes it to South Callaway 52-12. Panthers, number 2 seed, taking on the number 1 seed, Blair Oaks Falcons 10-0. Blair Oaks is. They'll be playing in Wardsville next week for a district championship there. Want to talk a little bit about cross country as well as the state cross country is going on over in Columbia at Gans Creek. Centralia again with back-to-back championships as they beat Westminster Christian by 1 point, 95-94. Back-to-back state titles for the Panthers there. College football today, number 22 Mizzou will be hosting number 3 Texas. The rookie quarterback Matt Zollers is going to get his opportunity to make some noise today in Como, so best of luck to the Tigers there. Also, college basketball has gotten underway. Mizzou basketball with an 89-84 win over SEMO, a little bit closer than what they would like, but they are off to a 2-0 start, and the Mizzou women off to a 2-0 start under new head coach Kelly Harper as well. I think we've covered all of the things that we need to cover there. As a matter of fact, we want to bring in our first guests to the show this morning. And from North Callaway High School, the volleyball team, head coach Andrew Klein, also Rylee Horstman, and Peyton Boulware. I want to say thanks for coming in this morning.
Thanks for having us.
I was kind of looking over this. My mom said, you know what, you should be paying attention to North Callaway volleyball. They're having some really, really good seasons, and you guys had another great season, Coach Klein. Talk a little bit about this season and the success of the program, especially over the past several years.
Well, thanks again for having us. It was a great year, the most successful season that we've had at North Callaway, and every year over the last 5 years, we've improved every year. So thanks to great play out of some all-conference and all-district members here, and very thankful to have a great team and great leadership, and we're bringing back most of our players for next year, so we're really excited.
Rylee, we're going to bring you into the conversation here. You are, were you the lone senior on the team this year?
Yeah.
Kind of talk a little bit about being in that leadership role, if you will. I think you led in kills, if I'm not mistaken.
I feel like it was easier to take control being the only one. It was easier to lead and be a captain to everyone and hold everyone accountable.
Absolutely. You've been all-conference free 3 times. Kind of talk a little bit about how you keep improving each year, if you will.
I play club every season, so it keeps me going. I'm not just stopping after the high school season, and I just make sure I keep playing and don't just have an off break of not doing anything.
Absolutely. Club volleyball, you play all over the state. Where do you mainly play at for that?
Usually like Kansas City area. So.
Long trip for sure. Peyton Boulware, I recognize your last name. I
Yes.
think your uncle was the head football coach over at North Cal. You're a defensive specialist. Talk a little bit about the role on the team for you, if you will.
Well, I really tried to maintain the consistency in back row in hopes to set it up and get a kill out of our good hitters like Rylee. And being a leader on and off the court is like a big thing because back row is really important for like the whole court to work in sync, I think.
Absolutely. I want to talk to you, Coach. Your first conference title, first district victory, first tournament championship, a lot of firsts there. How do you keep that momentum going and keep, the numbers growing in volleyball, if you will?
Yeah, I think, all the success that we had this season came from players before and the current players that we have now. We have a great coaching staff as well. My first couple years that I took over, Peyton's mom actually was my assistant coach, and then once Peyton started playing, Coach Marty, who started our middle school program, actually coached Peyton and some of our other young players that are on our team right now. They're just my assistants are super awesome and have helped keep the numbers coming. And starting that middle school program has gotten us to where we're bringing in 8 or 9 freshmen every single year. And now there's a standard set by these players that we're going to be successful, and that's what has to happen. And so we're pushing each other in practice and making sure that we're working in the off season really hard so that we can be successful.
Rylee, I think you've made a decision about where you're going to be playing volleyball in college. Tell us a little bit about that.
So I just got an offer from Westminster.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. I have been talking to the coach. My dad graduated from there and played baseball and everything, so I wanted to play there because he did, and yeah, I'm excited.
Peyton, you don't have to decide just yet. You're a junior, but are you leaning towards a school right now?
It's really in the midst of it all. Not for sure. I don't know what's going to happen with volleyball or if I'm just going to go to college to go figure out what I'm going to do with my future. But it'll all pan out. It'll all be okay, so.
Everybody just kind of talk about what happens in the off season now with volleyball. How do you guys keep skills sharp? How do you keep players interested in the program? We'll let you start off with that, Coach
Sure.
Klein.
We have an abundance of players that play club in Columbia and Centralia, all over the place, and then they travel throughout the state and go outside the state to play. And so, if I think almost all of our varsity players are playing club right now or playing basketball for me, and so they're staying active in all of those things. And then by spring we'll be having open gyms again. And sometimes we'll bring back former players. I just watched Bailey Hill, who is now playing for Hannibal. Just watched her the other night, and she was already asking if I was going to have open gyms or anything like that to come back and play with some of these really talented players. And so I think just making sure that the door's open and giving them the time if they want to put in the time is great. But all of the players have kind of done that on their own, and I appreciate the parents of our program being able to support them so that they can continue to chase their dreams and help our program be successful.
You'll be in those open gyms, won't you?
Maybe.
Maybe. All right. No commitments just yet. All right. Very nice. Well, listen, I want to say best of luck. You did say you're the head basketball coach of the girls' team as
Yes,
well.
I am. Yeah.
We're going to have you in again.
Okay.
Keep your calendar open.
Will do.
We'll get you up early on a Saturday morning again. But thank you guys so much, and great season and continued success.
Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you so much. North Callaway High School volleyball here. Head coach Andrew Klein, Rylee Horstman, and also Peyton Boulware, our first guests. We do want to thank our sponsors here at for the Saturday morning sports show. Slumberland Furniture of Mexico. All kinds of deals going on out here. You'll have to come and check it out. I think there's Black Friday deals going on early, as a matter of fact. Also, a nice banner going on over here from Slumberland. United Credit Union, the Weber Family of Pharmacies, Arthur Center Community Health, Mexico School District, and the Community R6 School District. As we bring in our next guest to the show, as a matter of fact, we're talking a little bit about Vanpar basketball. I have the head coach, Pat Connaway, here, and also Mr. Kaleb Baskett. I want to say good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Glad to have you all in here. I know basketball season is about ready to get underway, Coach, and you've been doing this for a minute or two. Tell us how many years, and I think basketball practice got started off last week, didn't it?
Yeah, we started on Monday. This is my 18th year at the varsity. Been at the school 20 years total. So it was a little bit of a struggle this week with football kids out and cross country kids going to states. We only had 3 kids doing some workouts, but proud of the kids that we got and the success that they're having, and hopefully it continues.
Cross country, football, they're all doing very, very well. Speaks to the success of the Vanpar School District. Kaleb, let's talk a little bit about basketball practice. It's been a little bit different with not having everybody there,
Yep.
but you're still in practice. What are you working on the most right now?
Right now we're just doing a lot of one-on-one individual. We're doing a lot of skills drills right now, moves to the bucket, working on those moves, doing a lot of dribbling before, 2-ball dribbling, sharpening those up, and just really getting everything back in tune, and about all we can do right now with 3 kids. And so we're making it as productive as we can, and it's it's been all right. So.
Absolutely. I mean, and you're getting there. It's early on in the season. It's hard to believe that, the first game is right around the corner. The Jamboree's right around the corner. Coach, I've heard a rumor that this is going to be your last season as the head coach of Vanpar basketball.
Yeah, it's not a rumor. I can confirm it. It's going to be the last year. It's just something that my wife and I kind of talked about maybe 3 years ago. Kind of pinpointed this year being it. Like I said, it's been a lot of fun. Be able to go out basically on my own terms, and after 20 years, it's a lot of time away from the family and things like that, and work and all that good stuff. So, looking to make this last year a good year and make it memorable.
Absolutely. Well, one thing that was memorable to me was the 2018 season. I can remember that. I got to call a couple of your games down there in Springfield. What are some of your favorite memories over the years, if you can kind of talk a little bit about that?
Oh man, I tell you, there's several. Obviously, the state team and the will to win, coming back from behind several times to win a title, and then the next year being able to go back to back when everyone's like, oh, you can't do it, and back to back Final Fours and getting third place. Like I said, obviously memorable. Coaching my son obviously is very enjoyable, but probably one of the most memorable moments of his career was his sophomore year, when we went to Cairo opening night and got beat by 35-36 plus, and then ended up upsetting them in the district semifinals. And they were ranked third in the state. So been a lot of ups, a lot of downs. Looking this year to build off of the down that we had in the year last year. Last 2 years we've lost in the district championships, but let one slip away 2 years ago, and then last year was really tough. Leading, fought back against Clopton just to have them hit a three with 0.6 seconds left, and so I think that's kind of fueled the kids, and that's stuck with them, and they're going to come in hungry and ready to work.
Kaleb, talk a little bit about some of your goals for this year.
We want to give this old man his last run. We want to win the district championship for him. We want to try and do something special for him. So we're gonna try and make it as enjoyable as we can with him and send him out on a good note.
Absolutely. We want to give a shout out to some of the Vanpar cross country guys today. They're competing over in Columbia at Gans Creek. Talk a little bit about some of those guys. Some of them are basketball players, as a matter of fact, right?
Yeah, we got 4 of them: Slade, Garrett, Brady, and Kristen. So they're over there competing. They qualified as a team. They got second in their district this past weekend. We were actually able to host districts, and so they got second. They qualified as a team, and so they're hoping for a top 4 finish and to place hopefully, and maybe a couple guys break that top 30, and so hopefully we have some success. Wish them the best of luck.
And a potential district championship for Vanpar football next week. I mean, talk about some of your guys on that team, if you will.
Yeah, I'll go ahead. A lot of them. Evan, Pacey, Gibson, Condi, Gavin. Like I said, Kaysen. Like I said, we got a couple of them. Not sure if they're definitely coming out, but been part of the program for a long time. Like I said, there's several of them on there. I think we probably got roughly 10, maybe something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, looking at scores, which you read whatever into it, but I think our kids got a very good shot, and wish Coach Gibson and everybody the best of luck, and hopefully they keep the ride running.
Absolutely. When is game number 1 for Vanpar basketball?
Tentatively, it's at the Filbert, but obviously it's going to depend on the football success. We win districts like I think we can, then we'll play the following week, so we'll probably have to, obviously get out of that. And then I think it's supposed to be the 25th against Silex, but again, depending how far the boys go, all these games can be pushed back. So again, hopefully maybe we don't play our first game until December because the football team keeps winning.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to have you guys back as the season goes along. Keep in touch with you on how you're doing, and we certainly appreciate you coming in this morning.
Appreciate you
Appreciate
guys
it.
having us. Thank you very
so much. Kaleb Baskett, also the head coach, Pat Connaway from Vanpar basketball this morning on the Saturday morning sports show. We do want to thank our sponsors once again, Slumberland Furniture. Early Black Friday sales going on out here at Slumberland Furniture. You have to stop by and check it out. You can even check out the banner and our studio here for the sports show. Come visit Logan and Andy and everybody. Also United Credit Union, the Weber family of pharmacies, Arthur Center Community Health, Mexico School District, and the Community R6 School District. And we're going to bring in some seniors from the Mexico high school football team. And, you know, guys, I know it wasn't the way that you wanted it to happen last night against Hannibal. They're always a tough team. But you guys had a winning season this year, 6-5. We're going to start off there. Aiden Gears, talk about your role on this team. I mean, you're just a gritty player. If you need 6, 7, 8 yards, I think they call your number, and you go out there and you get it for them.
Yeah, I'm the fullback, and recently, towards the beginning of the year, got moved to nose as a pass rusher, really. So when we play teams that pass rush, or pass, a lot, I'll go out. But yeah, as a fullback, they really want me just to, try to get 4 or 5 yards, hopefully, sometimes into the touchdown or a first down, and I just try to do what I can to get those yards.
Kelvin, talk a little bit about your 4 years being on Mexico football, some of your best memories.
Well, this has definitely been a ride. My best memories from this year is definitely being able to run the ball. I don't run the ball a lot. I caught a kickoff, got some yards, I got a good hit in, so it's my favorite memory.
Absolutely. Macintosh Haag, glad to have you out here this morning.
Thank you.
I was watching you at the jamboree for the softball football, and you hit a home run out of there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I wanted to talk to you about that. How did that feel, first off, before we get into football?
Well, it felt good. We were kind of in that point, we were in a competition with the girls. So I was going up against Maddie Fager, and then I had to seal the deal by slamming one out the fence.
And he did it. Did it. Very nice. Talk a little bit about your role on the team, the positions that you play for Mexico football.
I played DN and tight end, but I like to think of my main role as the long snapper, snapping the ball on PAT, snapping the ball to KB so Charlie can kick it through the field goal, and then on punt, getting the ball to Charlie so he can punt it and getting down the field, hopefully making the tackle.
You guys are unique because it's the last year of the North Central Missouri Conference.
Mm-hmm.
You'll carry that with you forever, playing those last games there. What has Mexico football meant to you, Aiden? Talk a little bit about that, if you will.
It meant a lot. It was really great. Made a lot of new friends. It was just an all-around good experience. The coaches were good. It was just, a lot of fun. They made it fun. Yeah.
Absolutely. Kelvin, what does Mexico football mean to you, sir?
To me, it means grit because I feel like we're a smaller team. We always fight to get the wins against the bigger teams. So.
Macintosh, you guys a close-knit group. You guys hang out with each other outside. What talk about Mexico football, what it means to you?
I think it's just really about, determination, and I think I really do like the rivalry to the school. I like the name of it, 54 Bowl.
That's what I was going to ask you guys about. Undefeated at the 54 Bowl in your 4 years. What's it like getting to hold up that 54 Bowl sign at the end? See you all over social media after that happens. You beat your rival Fulton every time you faced them. What does that mean, Aiden?
Well, I only played my junior and senior year, but even then, it was still pretty great winning both those games. I think it was just something that, just helps the team out a lot. That's what we look forward to.
Kelvin, what's it like to beat Fulton?
It's definitely a great feeling. A lot of people look at it, so to win that game every year is a good feeling.
What an accomplishment. Mac?
Yeah, I've seen it happen since I was a young child, and now I finally get to do it all 4 years. It's something great and special.
What's next for you guys? I know graduation's coming up relatively quickly. It's hard to believe May's going to be here pretty soon. Aiden, where are you headed to next?
I'm not really sure yet. Hopefully some type of trade school or just straight into working in a trade or something.
Yeah. Kelvin?
I'm also interested in working after school, getting a trade.
Very nice.
Hopefully taking state boards and passing them and becoming a barber.
a barber. I'm looking for a good hairstylist. I need all the help I can get. All right. Listen, guys, I want to thank you for stopping by.
Yeah.
Great season here, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
Our seniors from Mexico High School football, Aiden Gears, Kelvin Watson, McIntosh Haag, as they get set to go out into the world here and graduate. We do want to thank our sponsors once again. Studio sponsors, Slumberland Furniture of Mexico, United Credit Union, Weber Family of Pharmacies, Arthur Center Community Health, the Mexico School District, and the Community R6 School District. As we bring in the head coach of the Mexico High School football team, Steve Haag. And, once again, great season, 6-5. You get a win in week 1 of the district playoffs, but again, Hannibal is there waiting once again. And they're just, it's a tough school. What did you say to your players after last night's game? Whenever, it's all said and done, you get them all huddled up. What are you saying to them?
It's just, it's time to reflect a little bit. Of course, you're upset from the loss. But you got to look back on the season, and they had a good season. And you talk about, time is not on your side. And when you start this journey of football, you tell these young guys it's going to go fast, and before you know it, it's going to be over. And for those seniors last night, it ended, and I know they were disappointed, and I know they were probably reflecting a little bit on thinking about, their high school career and doing that. And the hardest part is seeing, those guys that you invest in move on. As coaches, we get to come back. We get to see another senior class, and we get to do it again. But, very few of them will go on to play football. And so, it's just kind of time to reflect and talk about, that, and I told him, I said, I got to play a lot of football in my time. We don't ever talk about the wins and losses when we're together. We talk about, the times in the locker room and all the camaraderie and the relationships we build and stuff like that. So, but, it's just, it's a hard but great learning lesson in that, a lot of things end, and you got to respect them, no matter if it's football or some other sport or high school or something you're doing. Sometimes we just want to go so quick, get on to the next thing, and you just really have to respect that time and value it, because as one of my favorite guys, David Goggins, says, it's going to end. No matter what you're doing, it's going to end, and it's hard to really reflect on that, but I mean, it's true. Whatever you're doing is going to end, and we were blessed to have these seniors play for us for all those years and dedicate to our program. And it's sad that they're going to move on, but as I've said, I think they're great people. I think they're going to do great things in life, and hopefully the lessons we've taught them are going to serve them well as they move forward.
Yeah, and it's life lessons too. And I don't know if a lot of people are aware of this or not, but a couple of months ago, Mexico Senior Center had an issue with their walk-in freezer going down. One call to Coach Haag, and his guys were there helping out. And that's, to me, a lot what Mexico football means is helping out in the community. Is that something that you try to instill in your guys?
Well, yeah, I think so. I think that you also have to, you've got to, tell the guys that, we do a lot. We sell cards. We ask, businesses for sponsorships and stuff and things like that. And so our guys need to understand that the community is important. I think you always want to have pride in the community you grew up in. And so people always look to us, and we offer. And I've always said out there, our guys are willing to do stuff, and people call all the time. And but community service, I think, is something that is kind of has been lost, not on this generation, but just in general, just having those people in the community that want to serve and help and do that stuff. And so as you're growing up, you just need to learn that, you are blessed. You might be going through hard times, but other people are going through hard times as well. And sometimes the best feeling is giving, and they learn that. And So we were, it was great to help out the center, and so, I'll offer that to anybody who wants our help. We'll help them, and I get calls all the time of them wanting football players to help them. So that's great, and we're excited to help.
Into the great wide open, as Tom Petty sings. Next year, you will not be in the North Central Missouri Conference anymore. Any kind of idea about how the new conference is shaping up? Any movement there?
No, we had a big, long discussion last night on the radio about that, and the KMMO, and I called over there. I guess when you call in late, they need more stuff to talk about. It's funny because I think we're the only team that's playing the same conference schedule, so we're playing everybody in the conference. So it's kind of like we're back into the conference. I don't know if that's a smart move, or Hannibal's still on the schedule, but we use it as a barometer. I think it's so hard because a lot of people are so ingrained into the history of their conference and so on. And if we're going to build a conference, we're going to need help from other schools that are in other conferences. And so, being in the school business, every school likes to do things their own way. And we need a couple of dominoes to fall, and I don't know if those dominoes will fall, and it's tough. And the biggest thing is, like, last week the all conference came out, so these kids are going to lose the opportunity to be recognized on all conference. And I haven't heard much movement lately. I know Dr. Lentz and many others are working and talking, but we'll see. We'll see how it kind of flows from there. But as I've said before, my pay grade's too low to make those decisions. So we'll just they keep me informed, and we talk. But I don't think it's up to Mexico. I think it's up to some other schools out there that may want to join together and get a new conference going.
Absolutely. You mentioned all conference. We do want to make sure that we give a shout out to the folks that made that list. First team this year, Drew Dement, running back, offensive lineman, senior Leighton Hilderman. Second team offense, Mexico senior quarterback Charlie Fisher, running back Mexico senior Corbin Dorsey, tight end Mexico senior Caden Benny. All conference defense, first team senior linebacker Weiler Broker, defensive back first team Caden Benny, and second team defense at lineman senior Leighton Hilderman, linebacker senior Corbin Dorsey, and an at-large for Drew Dement. Again, congratulations on the season.
Thanks, appreciate it. And so all very deserving, and we felt others probably deserved it. Just kind of how it falls, and there'll probably be some other awards coming out down the road, and we'll get those out to the media when it happens. So there's some on that list that'll be deserving. So we'll go from there and get ready for 2026.
I want to say congratulations on the season again, and who knows, Mexico Ledger might be broadcasting some basketball games here soon on video. I might need a color commentator, so I might have to give you a call on that.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if I'll be great about that. I'll be like, why'd they call that a foul?
Oh, right.
He didn't go to the ground.
Right.
So no, but I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the coverage. It's great what you do for the community and getting our kids on here. And I know probably people get sick of seeing me, but I'm more than happy to come talk about our kids and our program, and so we're excited to see these guys play basketball and wrestle and do everything, and just hope that people go out and support them, because I know they're proud of Mexico and proud of their community. So get out there, support those kids, and let's go win some basketball games, wrestling matches, and have some fun this winter and spring.
Winter sports coming on the way, starting next week on the Mexico Ledger Saturday Morning Sports Show. Once again, our sponsors, our studio sponsors, Slumberland Furniture here in Mexico, early Black Friday deals, also United Credit Union, Weber Family of Pharmacies, Arthur Center Community Health, Mexico School District, Community R6 School District. I'm Matt Pilger, and this is the Saturday Morning Sports Show, live from Slumberland.